Question number 4. This question is of normal distribution. A mathematical puzzle is given to a large number of students. The times taken to complete the puzzle are normally distributed with mean 14.6 minutes and standard deviation 5.2 minutes. In a random sample of 250 of the students, how many would you expect to have taken more than 20 minutes to complete the puzzle? This is part A first, because the question is of normal distribution, so we will write here that x follows normal distribution with parameters mu and variance, that is sigma square. Sigma shows the standard deviation, but sigma square is the variance. So in the question, total number of students 250. So we have n is equal to 250. In the question, the value of mu and sigma is uh, mu and value of standard deviation are given. So we will write x follows normal distribution with mean value is 14.6 and standard deviation, that is 5.2. We will write the square of this. So we have to find, first we have to find the probability more than 20 minutes. How many would you expect to have taken more than 20 minutes to complete the puzzle? First, we will find the probability of x is greater than 20. Probability of x is greater than 20. Now, first we will convert this x into z. X is a normal variable. We will change it into standard normal variable by this formula. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. So we use here to convert this x into z. We will convert this x into z by this relation. So we can write probability of z is greater than x minus mu over sigma, that is 5.2. Now we calculate this and get probability of z is greater than 1.038. Now we will make this sign less than. So we will subtract from 1. 1 minus probability of z is less than 1.038. Now we can write this when there's a sign of less than. We can write this in terms of phi. Phi shows the probability. 1 minus, we can write 1 minus probability of 1.038. Now we will use the normal distribution table to find this value. We get this 1 minus 0.8504. We get and the probability of this is the value of z 1.038, and this is the probability. After calculating it, we get the answer is 0.1496. Now actually this is the probability that taken more than 20 minutes. Actually we have to find how many would you expect to have uh, taken more than 20 minutes to complete the puzzle. So this is the total number of students So we are using here this formula of probability of any event. This is general formula of probability, number of successful outcome over total outcomes. Uh, the probability is just we have found 0.1496. NA we have to find. We will write in the same way, same in the same form, over N as the total number of students, that is 250. We write here 250. Now by cross multiplying, this will be multiplied by 250. So we have NA 250 into 0.1496. Finally, we get 37.4. This is a fraction, but we have to find the expected number of uh, expected number of students. So we will write in rounded figure. We will write in integral value. So 37.4 means 37. We can take the value of n 37, or we can also take 38. These both answers are correct. 37 or 38. This is the answer. Now next part of this question, part B. All the students are given a second puzzle to complete. Their times and minutes are normally distributed with mean mu and standard deviation sigma. It is found that 20% of the students have times less than 14.5 minutes and 67% of the students have times greater than 1850 minutes. Find the value of mu and the value of sigma. Mu is mean, sigma is standard deviation. So by this statement of the question, we will get two equations. Then we will solve these two equations simultaneously to get mu and sigma. Now probability for both cases are given 20%. This is a probability. 67%. This is also a probability. Again, this question is of normal distribution. So again, we will use the same process. X follows normal distribution, mean mu and variance sigma square. Now it is given that it is found that 20% of the students have times less than 14.5 minutes. So we can write here probability of x is less than 14.5 is equal to 20% means 0.20. Let's say this is equation number 1 for reference. In the same way, a secondly, it is given that 7% of the students have times greater than 18.5 minutes. So this is another relation. Probability of x is greater than 18.5. This is 67% means 0.67. Let's say this is equation number 2 for reference. Now we will convert first x into z in both cases. Z by same formula, z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. We will convert these x's into z. So from equation number 1 we can write Equation number 1 will be probability of z is less than x minus mu over sigma, x minus mu over sigma is equal to 0.20. Now we will simplify it. Now this is very important question. This is because there is a less than sign on the right side. There is a probability that is less than zero point 0.5. So to adjust this we will use here the symmetric property by taking help from this normal distribution graph. Z less than this is equal to 0.25, and by symmetric property we can write it as that probability of Z greater than 14.5 minus mu over sigma will be same 0.20 by symmetric property, because the diagram of the normal function is a symmetric diagram, bell-shaped diagram. So now we will convert this sign into less than. So we subtract from 1. So we can write it as 1 minus probability of z is smaller than 14.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to 0.20. Now we are arranging it and get this probability of z is smaller than 14.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to 1 minus 0.20. This becomes 0.80. We are writing in four decimal places because in normal distribution table all the probabilities are given in four decimal places. So since there is a sign of less than, we can write this left side in terms of phi. Phi mean probability of 14.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to 0.8000. So from here 14.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to phi inverse 0.8000. Now from the normal distribution table in reverse order we will uh, take this the value of this right hand side. Normal distribution in reverse order. So we get the value of this will be 0.842. So this becomes 14.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to 0.842. Now we will take here the sign negative because we just look at this when there is sign less than and probability on the right hand side are also less than zero point 0.5. We will take help from the diagram by symmetric property, but finally we will take here because actually the z lies in the negative side. So we will take here the in this equation we will take the insert a sign of negative on one side. So simplifying this we get, now we will simplify it and get 14.5 minus mu is equal to minus 0.842 sigma. Let's say this is equation number 3 for reference. Now from equation number 2, just we have adjust this equation number 1 and the result is equation number 3. Now we are taking the uh, So equation 2. Now we will use the same process here. First we convert this x into z from equation number 2. From equation 2 we will write the probability of z is greater than 18.5 minus mu over sigma, that is equal to 0.67. We since again the same case, because again we will take help from the diagram. Symmetric property, when the sign is greater and on the right side probability is also greater than zero point 0.5, so we will take help from the diagram, because the diagram is symmetric, so we can write that the we can show that we can take here a sign of less than, uh, also by using the symmetric property of the diagram. Probability will be same for less than or greater than, so we will write here probability of z is smaller than 18.5 minus mu over sigma is also equal to 0.67. Uh, Now we can write this, because sign is less than, we can write this left side in terms of phi. So phi 18.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to 0.6700. We are writing this in the four decimal places. So 18, from here 18.5 minus mu over sigma is equal to phi inverse 0.6700. Now we will use a graph, normal distribution table to find the value of this. We will see the value of this in reverse order. We will find the value of z against this probability. We get this 18.5 minus mu over sigma. On the right hand side there is 0.4444, but this will be sign will be negative, because uh, we convert this greater than sign into less than sign. So actually that value of z will be lies in the negative side. So minus 0.44. Now there is rearranging this equation, we get another equation in this form. 18.5 minus mu is equal to minus 0.44 sigma. Let's equation number 4. Let's say this is equation number 4. Now clearly these two equations, equation number 3 involving mu and sigma, in equation number 4 there is also mu and sigma. We can solve these two equations 3 and 4 simultaneously to get the value of mu. So from these two equations, writing this and equation number 3 here, we can write, we are writing this equation number 3 here. We get that is 14.5 minus mu is equal to uh, minus 0.842 sigma. Now subtracting, sign will be changed. Cancel out. After calculating, we get this 4 is equal to, on the right side there is 0.4 402 sigma. From here, the value of sigma will be, uh, now we get sigma is equal to, from here, sigma is equal to 9.95, and putting this value of sigma in any equation, we are putting in equation number 3, the value of sigma. This is the value of sigma. We are putting the value of sigma in equation number 3. This becomes, putting the value of the sigma in equation number 3. Here we get the value of mu will be, value of mu we get this 22.9. These are the values of sigma and mu correct to three significant figures.